means down. That means down.
My God, to me it just looks up and down.
Yeah, just down.
So that goes to show you we could write with, you know, it's a symphony. I mean, we used the whole big symphony when I wrote that tune.
When have you done that in front of people?
I do it every night.
With a tape. We use the tape for
I use
that
the tape, but I sing live to it. And we won People's Choice Award for it. It was a big hit for us.
But you played the violins yourselves?
No, we had like a
You have charts written out for, you know, the various sections, and you make sure that they play the right melodies and the right timbre.
A lot of people, you know, have so many preconceived notions about Kiss, but the greatest thing about the success we've got now is that we're basically free to do anything we want.
like this.
What are you doing?
He's ruining your teddy bear.
I'm trying to make him a space bear. Space bear. The only space bear in captivity. I got him. He's captain.
Captain Bear.
Okay.
Space bear.
How are you, Tom?
I'm all right, thank you. In your off time, I mean, when you're not performing, not in your off time, but when you're, what is the recreational activity that you enjoy?
Oh, orgies, sacrifices.
Human sacrifices.
Human sacrifices.
There's a movie where it says the guy said orgies.
Orgies, that's
Orgies.
Doggy, doggy,
No, I do various things.
Do you mind if I hold on to him?
No, you can hold him as long as you like. Just make certain that when you leave, he stays.
Okay. I've heard the horror stories about thefts, yes.
Watch horror movies, collect Betamax cassettes of horror movies, cartoons, old. Try me. Name me any horror movie, and I'm putting you on the spot. As old as you want. It could be silent.
Oh, this is his game. Gene's got you, man.
Of course he's going to get me.
No, because I'm not that good on horror movies.
Well, Pat told me that you were.
You don't?
No, I heard you like the old gangsters movies, because I love the old
No, he doesn't like that either.
No,
he just likes bears.
I don't care for those.
Cartoons. No.
Cartoons I care for.
All right, try me.
You mean if I give you a cartoon and you'll give me the plot? Or what?
You could do that.
Animation.
What would you like to do?
All right, I'll give you one. Bugs Bunny, Hairway to the Stars.
Hairway to the Stars is when when the big spaceship lands, the Martian comes out. You got it. With the little helmet. And Chuck Jones produced it from an original script by Robert McKimson. You can check on it.
I don't have to, because Chuck Jones was here about 3 weeks ago, and I remember that conversation.
It is Chuck
We
Jones.
talked about Hairway to the Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, you just picked it up.
Now, do you also, when you say horror movies, do you mean mystery movies as well? Like
No.
if I said you Diabolique, would you know that one?
That's a French movie from 58, I believe.
Put the bear down.
Yeah. I don't really go in for suspense mystery as much as something that's got a sense of outre about it. How about that? That's a French
Well, then you'd know the day the Earth stood still.
Of course, 1952, Michael Rennie, Gort the Robot, Klaatu Verada Nikto. Hi, Mom.
Here we go.
How am I doing, Mom? Yes, that's
Invaders from Mars?
Invaders from Mars, 1953 with...
Some space.
1953 with, who was Lou Costello's girlfriend? God.
Quick.
Hillary Brooks is right. Bring him on the stage. Hillary Brooks was the mother of the child.
So that's right. Trivia, horror movies, and you watch them a lot, and you have a collection of them?
In fact, yes, I get into my little straitjacket, put on the Betamax, on it goes. Hello, Luli.
Little disconnected things come out.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a living, you know what I mean.
And you?
I fantasize being a masked crime fighter. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. This is about as close as I can get to it. The other time when I'm not on stage, I kind of sit in my apartment and say, I want to be alone.
That was very good.
Someone once said that, didn't you?
When did you start dressing up?
Like this?
No, this is not dressed up.
You know,
This isn't that wild for this.
No, really. You should see what I wear on the street.
Nothing.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I always had this dream of becoming a crime fighter, but there was never any call for it. I always wanted to be on a stallion overlooking the Long Island Expressway, with my hair blowing back, fighting crime. But it just didn't work.
No, there aren't too many guys around on stallions looking over the Long Island Expressway with their hair blowing in the wind.
Except at night.
Hi, I fight crime. Are you the one who used to one of you used to race cars a lot, or?
Well, I tried it.
Yeah.
But it
Many
doesn't
times.
work well for me. I've wrecked quite a few cars in my time. I'm very lucky to be here. I really am. So I stopped that, and I promised today no more racing cars.
Well, you know, Peter, we're very lucky to have you here.
Well, it's good to be here.
It's really strange, Tom. Peter has 9 lives. He's come close several times.
That's good, Ace. He's
And we
a cat.
still love him, and we're glad to see that he's still around. God love you.
So now I stay up watching late. I like Bogart movies and Cagney and the real old gangster stuff. Dillinger, all those real. And I collect guns. I target shoot. I don't
Just toy guns now. We're not talking about real guns.
Real guns.
What do you mean?
I can say that.
But as a collector of them because
I
of
collect them and I shoot them only targets. So I never hunt animals or anything like that.
What is it about having a gun collection?
I'm fascinated by them. Maybe because I'm fascinated by gangster movies. If I could relive, I would love to be in the 20s and be like a Dillinger or a Babyface Nelson.
In the movies. See how I'm trying to bail him out? In the movies. It's LaCoin, our manager. Hello, Bill.
Wait,
Gene, are you kind of the guy who kind of keeps it all level and keeps it all
you know what I like?
The mother.
He's the mother
See, because
superior.
let me tell you something.
What's hit? What the hell is hitting? I don't believe it.
Because if
Give me a
this
break, for God's sake.
for fun.
Your eyes.
That was for fun.
A monster.
Well, try this for fun. Man's violent, for heaven's sake.
That was fun.
You're rude.
I'm sorry.
all I know is if this guy gets himself in trouble, I'm in trouble.
Wait a minute. You can run around being a vampire. And I can't be a That's not fair.
Here we go. I just started that.
That's what I just said. He wanted to be a gangster in the 20s, and that's what he wanted to
But
be.
the 20s are over, and here I am now, a drummer.
That's right.
Kiss.
But everybody's got a fantasy, and we're all good guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Good. Probably have
Definitely.
good substantial breakfast every morning.
No, we
I was
No.
giving the money to the poor. I would have.
All one he has to do is say nanu nanu, and I'm up 40 feet in the air.
No, I would.
Now I've read again in the little thing, for the one that said Ace probably won't talk at all. Toys, that you were a toy or a game collector.
That's true. No,
Gene, as Phil Donahue says, I need a little help here. You know what I mean?
I told Pat I collect antique toys.
I'm very articulate if I want to be.
Do you want to
Talk to me?
No, but now we've gone through their fantasies or their things.
Well,
that
yeah.
Let Ace tell you about
I'm
the
into
toys got
science
under the
fiction,
ground.
I'm into technology. I'm fascinated by the fact that 5 or 10 years from now we'll be able to have space stations circling the Earth that are totally controlled and energized by solar energy. That are totally independent of the Earth. I think that's fascinating.
Would you care to tell our audience what you were doing at 4 o'clock this morning?
No. I don't want to get arrested. No, actually,
Seriously. But actually.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a down-to-earth human being, and
Yeah, right.
Taurus is an Earth sign. Come on, let's get back to reality.
But Ace is in space.
We are.
Tell him about the toy you've got under the ground, that big toy that you just built.
Oh,
bunker.
I built a recording studio underground, 18 feet underground, next to my house.
I mean, you're talking about the state of the art on the East Coast. There's no place like this.
It's automated board. It's all computerized. Cost me a lot of money. I don't want to talk about it. My accountant's ready to.
No, but
I'd like you to tell about the helicopter that you're building.
Well, I'm into radio-controlled, model airplanes and most recently helicopters, which are more fascinating because they're much more challenging. Anybody that's into radio-controlled models knows that right now helicopters are hard to control. And it's the state of the art now.
But you didn't know that.
Tough.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
The Germans make the best ones at the moment. Right now I have a Japanese one I'm having trouble with. I have a German one on order.
Don't do it.
I'm not doing anything. I'm talking about. This guy's a good egg right here. He's a little hard-boiled, but he's good.
What strange things have happened to you? Strange fan mail? Look at this.
As soon as we start...
Come on, Gene, call him off, please.
Okay.
Easy, Ace.
Okay. As soon as we started doing concerts from the very first show on, the first show, in fact, was done pretty close by, 14th Street, right off of 5th Avenue. First show we ever did was New Year's Eve, 1973-74. My hair caught fire. There's a part in the show where I breathe fire, and of course I hadn't had too much practice then, and the right side of my hair caught fire, and everybody thought it was part of the act. You know, they just went right along with it, and I didn't know what happened. Somebody came, doused me with a towel.
That's the trouble with this show that we do. It's so big, and there's so much going on that when something really goes wrong or somebody gets hurt, nobody ever knows it. Well, at one show, I got hit with something, and my eye was bleeding. And go ahead, Paul, bleed from that eye.
Miami, when you got electrocuted.
I was electrocuted. I almost died.
Want to throw a bomb at me?
That's not. I've been laughing this whole show. In Miami, I touched the railing, which was metal at the time, and the railing wasn't properly grounded. And everybody in this group knows I almost died that night.
We finished that show,
though. I passed out. I couldn't, for the rest of the show, there was no feeling in my fingers.
That was a close call.
So since then, we've gone with more electronics. We've got
wireless guitars
that don't need wires, based on the radio. Same principle that his helicopter is based on.
You know, even
absolutely.
Even once.
That's great. That's what I call band and interaction.
M80s. And I couldn't.
You got to start over because he was going while you were starting.
When he was electrocuted, somebody wants to do an M80.
What a line, huh? Hey, when Ace was electrocuted, you know, when we fried Ace.
I was teary
and it really, really
incredible.
I really couldn't hear for 3 months. It was really dangerous.
That's why we.
I still can't hear. Why? Peter? What?
No, you got to tell it all over again.
We were in some town, I don't know where it was, way down south. Way down Dixie. And I got some kid through it, they're called M80s.
Oh, the big firecracker.
Yeah.
It
was in Memphis, Tennessee. And it literally blew me off the drums, and I woke up in a car. And I went back and did the show, but I couldn't hear out of my ear for at least 3 months. It was really dangerous.
So that's why we got some bad reviews.
Yeah. But there's been some scary moments.
Who do you think is the audience for KISS? Who do you play to?
We initially thought... we were doing this for ourselves initially because we started out, here's the old rap we had. We initially started out being the audience. It wasn't that long ago. And the premise behind anything that we do is we try to place ourselves in the audience. Would we like it if we did it? And we started out with pretty much of a middle teen audience, and now it's grown into a circus. We've got bears and
amazing.
Leaps and bounds.
It's crazy. If we're in a hotel across the street from the halls we're playing, it really looks like Ringling Brothers because you see parents, you see 6 years old, you see 25-year-olds. It's really it appeals to a lot of.
If we did a concert in Bombay, there would even be cows.
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
I don't believe it.
If you cross the street...
Look at this guy. He's a good guy.
I'm getting bruised by you.
Wake up. I'm amazed. I'm getting killed.
I'll do it with you at the same time.
I've got to move on to the lady Dorothy Dietrich, who saw as the member of the staff in which is a million laughs. Do you want to be sawed in half tonight?
Absolutely.
Why not? But may I thank you all for being here. Ace, you have a terrific sense of humor, and you're a good man.
And enjoy the trains.
Thank you very, very much.
I heard about
Thank you very, very much. Peter, good to see you. Thank you very much. And Paul, thank you. It's
great.
And I'm sorry I said you were a bass player, Gene. He's
a good fish.
Quite all right, Ralph.
He's a good egg.
Take care.
Thank you all very much.
We had a ball.
It's a pleasure.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Hi, Mom.
Where are you? Okay, True Confessions. We'll continue after these words from our sponsors.